Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to finally be sitting down with you guys today and talking through all of my races that I did at the Southeast Asian Trophy in the Philippines, in Manila. It was an amazing experience. If you've been on my Instagram much, you will have seen all of the stuff and like heaps of content from it. It was amazing, met so many amazing people. But today I'm just going to sit down and analyze each of my individual races from the competition. So I'm really excited to do that with you guys. And yeah, we'll jump straight into it. Okay, let's get straight into it. So the first race of the weekend was the 1500 meters. Here we are all ready to go. And you can see I'm in lane 1 there in the Team Crisp Air outfit, and off we go. It's kind of a slow start. Everyone was just feeling each other out in this race, really. And it was actually interesting, again, because of the unfortunately small number of women. Similar to Nationals, we started with the 1500, and this was the final as well. So, yeah, not the biggest turnout of women, but still good to compete and jump into it. So you can see there, I'm kind of near the front, but no one really wanted to lead. I'm going really slowly. Like, it was funny. It's really funny when races end up like that and no one really wants to lead, which is fair enough. I mean, I didn't want to lead anyway, so yeah, that's the situation. So here I am in 4th position there. See me going past here in my new Team Crisp Air outfit. Well, actually I was borrowing a friend's for this one, but I am excitedly now a member of Team Crisp Air, which is so amazing, and I'm so excited and so grateful to have their support and their help with sponsoring me and my speed skating career, which is just so exciting, and I can't wait to share more of that journey. So here I am in 4th position. Behind we've got a Thailand girl, my teammate Ash, another Thai girl, me, and then a couple of Filipino girls and an Indian girl. And we're just really cruising. This was a really slow pace, especially like even for a 1500. This was very slow. No one really wanted to go fast. Everyone was really feeling each other out. It was an interesting experience. I was definitely a little bit nervous because this was my first race of the weekend, and I always get those little nervous jitters in my first race. But it was such an amazing experience. So this rink is in Manila. It was in a massive mall. It was a pretty good rink. Like, it was a bit hot compared to most rinks, to be honest. There'd be like condensation dripping from the ceiling, and if you can see, there's like fog near the ice, which was a really unusual experience. Oh, here I am. So now I tried to push it a little bit, tried to push up the speed. You can see we're slowly increasing the speed there. I passed one of the Thai girls. That was actually a really smooth pass. I was happy with that. Trying to block her, but she's also, you can see she's going around the outside getting ready to pass us. Here I passed my friend Ash. That was a very dodgy pass there, a bit of a wobble. She actually said to me she didn't realise it was me, and she wouldn't have blocked me if she'd realised it was me trying to pass, but at the same time probably should have worked on doing a cleaner pass anyway. So you can see that Thai girl has now passed me again, and so we've got the 2 Thai girls in the lead, then me, a gap, and my teammate following behind. So this is where things are really starting to ramp up. People are finally pushing the pace, which is very exciting to finally get a bit of a move on. Right now the camera's on my teammate, not me, but you can see there I am here, coming back into the picture, trying to cling on to the Thai girls. They were quite comfortable at this pace. Alas, it was a push for me, especially I'd actually been sick a few days, like literally 2 days before this race. So I was not at my peak for this competition at all. My legs were really suffering, and I was feeling quite tired, and just, it was a struggle. So it wasn't like Nationals where I was perfectly prepared. I definitely felt much more tired this competition. But here you can see I'm almost done, and I think this is the last lap. But yeah, oh no, I'd already finished. Weirdly, I kept thinking I had to keep going, but yeah, that was my first race of this competition. Yeah, so it was a 1500. I came 3rd, and now we're on to the 500 meter heats. So here we go. Again, I'm in the Crisp Air suit. Off to a good start. I was pretty happy with that start, actually. I did unfortunately get stuck, as you can see here, behind the Indian girl, but I easily passed her. It was quite easy to pass her, so that wasn't too much of a problem. Thai girl is up ahead of me, and I'm just pushing it, gunning it. Again, this is similar to Nationals in that the people, like I had people decently better than me, and then everyone else was pretty decently slower than me. So it was interesting. I was like in no man's land for a lot of the races by myself. But here I am just pushing it, gunning it as much as I possibly can. Of course, as I said, I was sick a few days prior to this, so definitely not my best. But I was actually really happy with my 500 times at this competition, and I ended up equaling my PB, which was really nice, getting some decently fast times for me, kind of in the range of 53, 54 seconds. So yeah, I was really happy with that, and here I am crossing the finish line, and that's 500 heats done. So with that, I qualified for Final A. Here you can see I am me and my teammate Ash, and then the two Thailand girls, and off we go at the start. I was really happy with this start, actually. Obviously, I'm leaning a bit more further forward than I would have liked, but I got in front of my teammate, which I was really happy with because she has a particularly fast start, and I knew that if I wanted to beat her in the 500, I would have to be faster at starting. And obviously, as I've spoken before, like, starting isn't always my strongest point, but I'm definitely solidly improving, and this year, and particularly the last few months, my starts have been getting better and better, and I'm getting much happier with that. So that was really good, and I was really happy to get a nice strong start in that 500 and get a friend ahead of my friend Ash, because as you can see, she's not far behind me in this race, and I knew that the start would make the difference. And so here I am on my last lap again. A really good race. Was really happy with this one, particularly this one, because I had a great start. It just left me feeling really happy, and here I am crossing the finish line, and that's it on the 500 meter. Okay, the last race of the day we're getting into is the mixed relay. So you can see here my team has the blue caps on. That's my teammate Ash. It's doing the start, and I'm the second teammate to go into the relay. So you can see I'm just cruising around on the inside, keeping an eye on her, getting ready to come in when it's appropriate. So this is the same as nationals in that it's a 2.5 laps for each teammate, and then 2 laps for each teammate. And I am used to doing look at this dodgy come in though. Like, look how dodgy that changeover is. I know you can't see it fully from here, but oh my gosh, like, I just had to interrupt my train of thought. Sorry, but that was the dodgiest changeover. Team India, I don't think they really knew how to do relay changes because they were ahead of us, but they were not preparing to come in on time like I was preparing to come in on my teammate, so that was a disaster. But you can see here now I'm on the track and it's okay. At least we managed to tag and we did the changeover, even though it was way less than perfect. But so here I am changing into my teammate. There he goes. That was a good push for me, I think. It looked like a hard push, and there's my teammate going off. But we hadn't worked together as a team, so we were pretty rusty. I think our main goal for this relay was really just to stay on our feet, because although all of us have had experience and lots of experience in relays, and I mean, I've had lots of experience in mixed relays recently actually, but we'd never worked, the 4 of us, so we were really just trying to make sure that all the changes and such were clean, because yeah, we knew that if we just stayed on our feet, we could come in second. And I think that was really our aim. So a few of the changeovers were pretty dodgy, but we managed to tag each other. Like, see that dodgy pass change there. They just tagged, but at least the most important thing was we stayed on our feet and we tagged each other and did do appropriate changeovers, even if they weren't perfect at all. You can see here now my teammate Ash is on, and I'm getting ready to come in. So she's doing 2 laps. I'm getting ready to come in and do my last 2 laps, and here I go. Again, a dodgy pass. Ash wobbled before pushing me, and then I wobbled after I received the push, so not great for either of us, but oh well, we got it done, and now here I am just going around for my last 2 laps of the senior relay, and I'm about to do my last changeover at this corner. And there's my last changeover, so my teammate is going off now. Overall, it was a fairly good relay. Like, there were no real mishaps other than a few dodgy changeovers, especially that first one. I found that really hard because Team India really didn't seem to know when they were supposed to be coming in or changing or anything like that. But otherwise, it was really smooth and happy with that. Not like the best thing ever, but it was a fun time. We enjoyed ourselves. We ended up placing second in the relay, so that was fun. And yeah, a good way to end day 1 of the competition. So day 1 was the 1500 final, 500 heats, 500 final, and then the senior mixed relay, which is here. And then I'll start doing the commentary in a few seconds for day 2, and I can talk you through all the races I had on day 2. Okay, so now we're moving on to day 2 of racing. So we started off with the 1500 final, which sounds weird, but we did another 1500 final on the second day. I think it was just to give us more racing opportunities, similar to what the guys had, because they had so many heats and semis and we didn't have the amount of people for that. But you can see we just started. It was a faster start for sure than the 1500 the previous day, because we knew each other's abilities by then, so we're more confident in a faster start. As you can see, the 2 Thai girls are ahead, and then my teammate Ash was ahead of me. And I hate watching that footage, but that was the world's dodgiest pass you just saw. I really planned that terribly. I feel like I had no game plan at all in this race. That was a dodgy pass. I was lucky the Thai girl was so nice in just letting me do that dodgy pass, because she could have easily gotten it to be a penalty or something. But here you can see we're just settled into a bit of a rhythm. Us 4 working together, just sort of drafting. Just did that for a few laps. The 1500 really wasn't my strong point this weekend, because I had been sick a few days previously. I was feeling super duper tired and really struggled in the longer distances at the C Trophy. The 500 was fine and the 1000 was borderline, but the 1500s were really hard for me this weekend, and they're usually hard but not that hard. And as you can see, we're just sort of moving around positions here, but still staying as a group of 4. I'm now in the 4th position, and now the Thai girls are taking off, and I try to give them a follow, try to push myself a little bit more to stick up with them as they take off. Trying to hold on to them a bit, but my legs are getting really tired, and I did find it really hard in this race. I remember how hard I found this race, and I think I stuck with the Thai girls for a bit, but I really think I got to a point where mentally I just sort of gave up, which isn't the best mindset to have, but I was still feeling really sick and worn down during this race, and I just really felt it. So you can see here, this is when I'm really starting to feel it. I've been dropped by the Thai girls. I'm definitely slowing down, much slower than I was just a couple laps beforehand. So just really getting tired, and my friend Ash is keeping up with me very easily, and you'll see later on she actually ends up passing me, because I've just kind of mentally and physically given up this race. Definitely was not my best one. This was probably, I'll see there Ash goes, easily passing me. I pretty much let her pass, but this race was probably my worst race for the weekend. I wasn't very proud of it, but I did the best I could really under the circumstances, because I was feeling so tired. But you can see this is approaching the last, didn't see that fall previously, but I'm approaching the last lap here. Around we go. I'm really tired, but still kind of close to Ash, so I didn't get dropped too badly, but definitely was far from a good performance for me. Okay, and we're finally on to the last distance for the weekend. So this is the 1,000 metre heats. You can see it's me and the 2 Thai girls, and away we go. I knew they were both stronger than me, but I just thought if I stuck to them as much as possible and really gunned it, I could probably get a PB and do really well in this distance. So that was my goal. You can see I'm actually kind of keeping up. I was pretty impressed with myself in this race, to be honest. It was unfortunate, planning on behalf of the C Trophy organisers, because ideally, us 3 were the fastest women of the competition. We shouldn't have been in a heat together. That's a bit odd. Usually they separate it out evenly in the heats. So because of this, they kind of mucked up the heats in the finals, and you'll see I obviously end up coming 3rd in this, which should put me in the B final, but technically we should never have been put in the heat together. So they actually end up just putting everyone into the A final and doing a bigger A final, because they did kind of stuff that up. But as you can see, I'm drafting off the Thai girls. Really happy with how I went in this race. This is one of my best races in the weekend, actually. My 500s I was pretty happy with, especially that 500 final, but this one was also really good. So again, 1,000 is my favorite distance usually. I just really like it. And here you can see the Thai girls are taking off a bit. dropping me a little bit, but I'm still pushing and just gunning it this whole time. And it was a really good race, really smooth, no real mishaps. Pretty happy with this one, to be honest. And then after this, I end up going through to final A, even though technically should have been final B, but very happy that I got through to final A. That was good. So this is my last lap coming up. About to cross the finish line, last corner. And there we go. That's 1,000 heats done, I mean. And we're on to the last race of the weekend, the 1,000 meter final. This is final A. Oh, I hate that moment. You would have seen that wobble. That's the stuff of nightmares. It haunts me, that wobble. And look, I got stuck behind a bunch of people in this race. This was far from my best race of the weekend, even though I love 1,000. I got stuck behind the Indian girl because she has a fairly fast start, which was awkward. And my friend Ash, my teammate, got far ahead of me, so I had to work hard to catch up to her. This race was just a whole mess, a whole thing. I did wobble at the start, as you would have seen, and I pointed out that was actually because someone set off a false start, which is fine, but instead of then pulling us all back and doing the whole go to the start ready scenario, they skipped the go to the start phrase and just said ready straight away, and I was not ready, so I went into position and wobbled a heck of a lot, and it totally just put me off my mojo in that race. But anyway, as you can see, I'm now caught up to my friend Ash and doing a nice little pass there around the corner. Obviously not ideal to pass on the corner. I clearly was not thinking in that race. But yeah, passing is something I'm constantly working on. Always lots to improve, but gapping my friend Ash a bit, just trying to catch up somewhat to the Thai skaters. They were quite far ahead. I mean, after I got caught behind the Indian skater and then behind a teammate, and look here, I'm lapping the Indian girl. She just has a very fast start, to be honest, so she was pretty slow for actual skating, but her start was quite impressive. But yeah, far from my best race at all, but honestly not that bad. I was really happy with how I performed over the weekend, and I had a few mishaps, a few dodgy races and sore legs, but really not that bad, all things considered. So here I am approaching the finish line, and that's it for my 1,000 final. So yeah, those are all my races for the Seed Trophy. I'm so glad I finally got to sit down, debrief, recap them all for you guys, talk you through what I was feeling and thinking in the moment. It's a lot of fun to do these videos, and I hope you enjoy them. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, turn on notifications, do all the things. I really appreciate it because a lot of you guys watch my videos and aren't subscribed, so please subscribe. But anyway, if you'd like to further support my training and my skating journey, you can check out the links in my description. And other than that, I'll see you guys in my next video. So until then, bye.